2021 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. America loves its pickup trucks. They're big, powerful, and really fit the bill for what a true workhorse of a vehicle should be. Fortunately, there's no shortage of options to choose from when walking onto a dealer lot in any suburban town, including either of General Motors' own sub-brands. But what pickup truck do you buy when you value luxury over play, or the highway over the unpaved trail? For your consideration today is the 2021 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Leaning more toward luxury than ruggedness is a tall order in a market that caters to sheer ability. But nevertheless, the Sierra 1500 Denali mostly delivers, as long as you can overlook the dated dashboard and some other compromises inside. You just have to be willing to pay for it. 2021 GMC Sierra 1500 4WD Crew Cab Denali, by the numbers. Base price, as tested $31,795, $71,460. Powertrain, 6.2-liter V8 10-speed automatic transmission 4-wheel drive. Horsepower, 420 at 5,600 RPM. Torque, 460 lb-ft at 4,100 RPM. Curb weight, 5,180 pounds. Max payload, 2,000 pounds. Max towing, 12,000 pounds. Bed length, 69.9 inches. Seating, 5. EPA fuel economy, 16 miles per gallon city, 20 highway, 17 miles per gallon combined. Quick take: it's not the best off-road or the most logical choice on-road, but it sure as hell will make towing your big boy toys to the playground a lot more enjoyable. What's the deal? The 5th generation GMC Sierra has been available on dealer lots for 3 years. In that time, the truck has remained a healthy top pick for American consumers looking for an alternative to the class-leading Ford F-150 and its runner-up, the Chevrolet Silverado. The current model is largely a carryover from last year, with new features being mainly technological in nature. New this year is the truck's camera trailering technology. Using controls on the infotainment screen, the truck can now display a trailer length indicator, warn drivers of a potential jackknife event, and show several other camera angles that are immensely useful for towing. Buyers of lower trim Sierras will likely appreciate the 2021 changes more, as higher-end features like an off-road package, the multi-pro tailgate, and an increased towing capacity trickle down the model lineup. The Sierra also gets wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and 4 new paint colors. Oh, and the top trim Denali? Well, it gets optional premium floor mats. The Denali is GMC's black-tie answer to the Sierra lineup. The flagship offering meant to separate play from drudgery, despite still being capable of hard work, and all while offering life's little luxuries a driver didn't necessarily know that they needed until now. Informally, GMC's always considered itself the boss truck, and the Denali is supposed to be the ultimate expression of that ethos. The Sierra 1500 is available with 4 gas engines and 1 turbodiesel powerplant. The Denali, which is the trim GMC loaned me, receives the most boisterous of the bunch, a 6.2-liter V8 that delivers 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. In case you were wondering, the V8 rumble sounds damn good too. On and off the road. The most enjoyment to be had with this truck doesn't come from flooring it between stop lights. It comes from cruising on the highway. Few things match a fancy full-size pickup for road trip comfort, and the Sierra Denali is no exception. It is insanely comfortable when driving on a straightaway. Mild bumps in the pavement are gobbled up by the Sierra's suspension with ease, almost unnoticeable, while smooth roads are more like sailing on a calm sea, collected, cushioned, and congenial. And if you're in for the long haul, optional safety features like adaptive cruise and lane keep assist make the drive a bit more laid back. Underneath its wool, though, this sheep is really a wolf. The Sierra has gobs of power available any given time thanks to its large displacement V8. Its muscular powerplant can propel the truck from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the mid-6-second range, right around the same time as the Ford Focus ST, despite the truck weighing nearly a ton more. While this is surely meant to handle heavy payloads in the bed or trailer, it's intoxicating to open up the throttle a bit when entering the passing lane. Though it should be mentioned that the quiet cabin and rather relaxed ride doesn't exactly translate the sensation of speed well, meaning you'll hit the speed limit and then some before noticing you've gone over. Maybe consider a radar detector as your first accessory after leaving the dealership. Floor it, and the sound of GM's tried and true 6.2-liter V8 bellowing from under the hood and the steady rise in speed are welcome. Its tame 10-speed transmission transforms with a crisp downshift into the power band. Upshifts also feel well placed. Even when dropping back to normal driving, the gearbox doesn't feel clumsy or overly bothersome. That's what this truck is really good at, road trips. In particular, long-haul road trips that can make use of the factory-equipped towing tech baked into the Sierra. In fact, the Sierra 1500 Denali with a crew cab, standard bed, 6.2-liter V8, and max towing package can haul up to 12,000 pounds. Take your exit off the highway, however, and the ride stops being luxurious and certainly starts to feel more truck-like. The gearbox becomes a tad busier with traditional around-town driving while MPGs drop precipitously. The massive footprint of the vehicle also becomes noticeable, especially if you hit a patch of particular curvy roadway. The truck's weight influences the steering, turning it into a more ungainly experience at speed due to weight transfer. Thankfully, the Denali's adaptive suspension keeps the bulk of the movement in check and it never becomes quite crude enough to call sloppy. Wheels stay planted on the ground and small road undulations are predictably controlled by the automatically adjusted damping. Off the beaten path is another story for the Denali. Uneven terrain bested the truck's adaptive suspension, delivering a harsh ride that simply couldn't adjust quickly enough in unpredictable topography. Even the plush seats weren't enough to save the day here. Loosely packed earth didn't do the truck any favors, either. The Bridgestone Alenza All Seasons, wrapped around the 22-inch wheels, were clearly meant to stay on finished ground, as moderate throttle would break the tires loose even with four-wheel drive.